as John Ellenwood will make his way over here, so we'll get to talk to him and get his initial reaction on just a great win and a very meaningful win for him and his team here tonight. The 20th win of the season, their first time getting 20 wins in this century, the first time since 1999 and 2000. Coach, we don't have a chair for you.
That's all right.
You might not want to sit down after that one. Congratulations,
Thank you.
first of all. What a fantastic win for you and your team. My first question for you is, what does this mean for your team upending Findlay?
Well, I think it gives us a lot of confidence. One, we're already in the conference tournament. We might see them again 2 times, in the conference tournament and hopefully in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
But we need to have that confidence right now to beat those great teams. And Findlay's a great team, and that just goes a long way to rankings and things like that. But, it's a rivalry game. You don't want to lose to your rivals, and they're a great team. They're a great program, and we're getting there the same way they are. So it's just important for us to hold court.
And the Eagles held court today with a 67-64 win as we talked to John Ellenwood here after the Eagles win their 7th in a row. What did you guys tell your team? I asked Coach Turson earlier at halftime of the women's game, but this is a Findlay team that I wouldn't say looked unbeatable because everybody is able to lose on any given night, but 12 straight wins for them. They are better at home than they are outside of Croy Gymnasium. Mm-hmm. What was the key for you guys to win tonight in your gym?
Take away the 3-pointers and rebounding, which I don't know if we did the job rebounding, but I guarantee we did the job on the 3-point line.
Yes, you did.
And they had 11 offensive rebounds and points, second chance points. We were right there with them. But that's probably been our Achilles heel all year, is just rebounding, and we got another one like with Wayne State coming in. They had 24 offensive rebounds against us last time. So, but the biggest thing with Findlay is, we say like when they hit a 3, it's almost like a 5-point play. Yeah. It's not a 3-point play because they really feed off that stuff. And, like when we were up 6 and that kid hit a 3-pointer on us and Sullivan deep, and it's just one of those things where you feel like it's more than 3 points. And I know that that's kind of a strange way to put it, but, they're very, very good at hitting 3-pointers. And I think they were top in the conference, actually, in 3 points made and 3-point percentage. So that was a big thing going in this game.
And your team, and I know that you have hoped for a great environment like this for so long. And I've still been wondering why it hasn't happened, because you guys are winning very exciting games more times than not. 12-4 in games decided by 8 points or less. What did the student section mean to you and your team? And tonight, I thought it was very fitting that you welcomed them onto the floor in your post-game celebration. What did they do?
I'll be honest with you. Ashland is unbelievable in athletics, okay? Yeah. And, you look at our football team, to our women's basketball team, to our team right now, the track team, the softball team, the baseball team, the golf teams. I could go on and on. Everybody is unbelievably good. The swimming team, and the thing is the students here have to support each other, and we're all good, and we should dominate our student sections. So, we really tried this year to, get our guys to all the football games, and, and on the road, our guys, sitting behind the women's benches, the women supporting us on the road. We need to have more of that, and just, if you build that culture, people come here because, man, they're like, this is awesome. This is what college is about. And it's not just one team here. It's every team. Yes. Our guys went to a swim meet this year, and that's the first time some of our guys have ever, seen a swim meet and all that stuff. And it's just to watch the other people that you see around campus compete at an unbelievable level is what makes this place special. And Ashland is a unique place in Division II because we're a small private school that has unbelievable athletics, and no one else can say that the way we can.
You're exactly right. You couldn't have said it any better. And I saw Lee Owens at Jeremy Hancock's little surprise party on Saturday. I told him, I said, Coach, your football team had a great season, but they're doing a lot of great things off the court supporting your team and the women's team on Saturday, and it really built a nice little following. They have their own Twitter account. It's at Birdcage16. Yeah. They were at least 16 rows deep here tonight, and I thought it was fitting because you guys can only do so much. You've built a winning mentality, and to welcome them to the floor, that says, hey, if we come every night and watch some exciting basketball, that can happen.
Yeah, I remember in the fall, though, Wendell Davis was trying to organize a blackout where we were wearing black T-shirts for a football game, and it's just like next year our football team might win a national championship. They have a guy on their team that's an NFL tight end.
Yeah.
That's an exciting team to come see.
It is.
Why would you not come out if you're a student and support that? That is unbelievable, and nobody else really has that. I'm getting chills right now thinking about our football year next year. So, it's something that, they're supporting us, and, we got guys that are coming to games, and they get a taste of that. We got a big win tonight. Now, I'll tell you what, let's make this a home court advantage. Let's make this, this bird cage, let's make it so that, the bird cage is open and the bird's ready to fly, baby. So, we got to get that going here. And it's, softball, after the season, like our guys are going to baseball games, they're going to, softball games. We're getting out there for those people, too. If there's a home track meet, just to go watch those guys fly around the track and throw those boulders a mile. That's what we need to get going here.
Ashland University head men's basketball coach John Ellenwood. I don't know if you know this yet, but you can kind of come down off of this extreme high and realize that you guys have won 20 games for the first time this century. And I read earlier this week in the press release that 20 wins is a huge gap from 19 wins. You were right on the cusp of 20 last year. Yeah. What does it mean to now get 20 wins, get that behind you, and go for 21, 22, and maybe more?
It's really hard. There were a lot of years in this conference where the regular season ended and nobody had 20 wins. And, you guys can go back and look at the stats on that, but
that'll be for Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty Sloan will have that ready tomorrow. But the thing is it shows that our program's going in the right direction. And I can't say this enough. We recruit the right type of people here. And, when you come watch Wendell and Boo and Adrian and Mike Hunley and Marsalis Hamilton and those guys, they're not only fun to watch, but they're great people. Like, if you talk to them off the floor, they're very respectful. And, that's the way, our program is. When I played at Worcester, we had guys that I think our coaches love to coach, and you love them as teammates. That's what we have here. And, there's no jerks, and I don't want to coach jerks. I want guys that are passionate, and we got that going now. So to get to 20 wins shows me that we're recruiting the right type of guys. And, that's all them. That's not on me or anything. That's those guys winning basketball games and buying into a culture. That's it, So that's what 20 wins means to me, is we're going in the right direction. A few years ago, I was worried, and, a lot of people around here were worried, maybe it wasn't going in the right direction. But, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right.
And it's definitely, if you think we're good this year, wait till next year when Ben Haraway gets on the floor and we're ready to roll.
John Ellenwood here, Ashland University men's head coach. Coach, I don't want to take you too much longer, but I have a couple more questions for you. But first, before questions, I want to compliment you on your extreme elevation after that Wendell Davis 3 on the left wing. You got up there, you were passionate, throwing a Tiger Woods fist pump, and all, by the way, got a timeout called as well.
Yeah.
You talk about the passion.
I think that's probably what I was doing more than anything, was just making sure we called the timeout. So.
Well, either way, it was a very nice vertical. But talk about the meaning and the significance of that 3 made in the clutch by Wendell Davis.
It was the shot of the game, to be honest with you, and that's big for him because the last time we played him, he didn't have his best game. He was battling a little bit of an injury at the time, but there's no excuses. He's out there, so to do that, his second choice was Findlay, and to be honest with you, he was ready to go to Findlay.
Better in purple.
Yeah, and he was ready to go to Findlay, but he had not called them yet to say, hey, I'm going to Findlay. We said, hold on, you haven't visited here yet. And I said, I haven't lost a recruit to them yet. And I said, you need to come to Ashland. And what we sold him on was, you can build this. I said, you go to Findlay, it's already built. It's already there. And I said, you're just another great player there. Here, you're a legend.
Founding father, maybe, too.
Yeah, and, that's something, that there's other guys, Will Evans and Evan Yates, David Harris, Cale Richardson, Byron Hatcher, Darius Brents, all those guys. I could go on. There's a lot of guys that helped build it up to where Wendell Davis got here, and now we're ready to take off. And I couldn't be more proud of him. The guys last year that graduated, the Paul Honafords, the Cole Krasanziks, those guys were great. Brooke Turson and DeJuan Thomas. Those guys set the stage for this year. So I'm, and going forward now, the Mike Hunley class and Ben Jency class are setting the stage for the following year. And you just keep that going, and that's what those guys were able to start here.
I'll have plenty more to ask you tomorrow,
Yeah.
but the last thing I want to ask you before we let you go and celebrate with your coaching staff and your family as well is you told me Saturday after you won against Malone but struggled at the foul line, we got to make foul shots. Maybe we were tired. You guys made them tonight late, 4 of 4, but most importantly, and maybe the thing that people will overlook is they were both 1-1. Talk about the clutch shots of Osborne and Davis.
Yeah, the 1-on-1s are tough, especially at the end of the game when everybody's hushed in the gym.
Yeah.
So, those guys did a great job of making some clutch free throws, and that's something that, when you have we got our legs back this week and from playing those 5 games in 9 days, but those guys did a great job of just making the clutch shot. In the timeout there, when they were pressing us, Boo goes, "I want the ball," and I love hearing that because I'm like, okay, now I know where to go. And he's confident. Wendell's confident. And I just love coaching those guys because they're winners. And as a coach, that's what you want, are guys who want to compete at that level and want those big moments. And those guys want that.
Ashland University head men's basketball coach John Ellenwood, his team notching win number 20 here tonight, 67-64. They're now back in first place in the GLIAC South and still maintaining now a 7-game winning streak. And also, by the way, it makes it even better, they ended Findlay's 12 in a row. Coach, I couldn't be more proud of you. I say that all the time. I mean it, but tonight was extra special. Congratulations.
Well, thanks, Matt. Thanks for everything.